I've got a free Sunday, which is quite rare for me. I'm actually still in my pajamas, and I thought it might be quite a nice little challenge to set myself to see how much I can craft in just 4 hours. I'm not going, super ambitious here, but I've got a lot of projects on my plate at the minute, which I've not been enjoying. I've been kind of avoiding them, and I thought, how many of them can I at least get a good chunk done, if not finished, in 4 hours? Gonna set the first hour on my phone. The first project that I've been kind of avoiding for a while is I want to finish making up this. It's by Dayla Han, and I absolutely adore every single thing she does. I mean, her tutorials are amazing. Her color choice is fantastic. I love all the things she makes. And I'm making this color of hers, and I have done all the squares and I've done all the triangles, and they are all ready to be connected to each other and turned into a color. But the reason I've been putting it off, and I've even blocked them and everything, that's how organized I've been. The reason I'm putting it off is that I think this color is going to be too big. In the tutorial, she mentioned using a size 5 hook, which is what I've been using. But I think that the wool I've been using is closer to a kind of Aran weight than a DK. Basically, it's thicker than I realized, and I guess my tension is looser as well, and I just think this is going to be way too big. And then when I've put it together, I'm going to have an uncomfortable moment of what do I do with this? Do I try and fix it? I just think it's going to be very, very big as a collar. So that's why I've been avoiding it. So I thought the first half hour to an hour I would spend putting this together and then just dealing with it. And if I need to donate it, I need to donate it. But I'm sick of having these lying around, so I'm going to try and get that done now. First half hour's done. I have assembled the collar and attached all the pieces to each other, and as it predicted, it's massive. It's not actually as massive as I was expecting, but I also, from the patterns you can see, there's also a little bit extra. I might not do the bobbles. I think that they look really cute in the version she's done, but it's already going to be so massive. I might just do a normal edging, because I do need to do an edging, because this is I feel like the triangle's getting really, really pulled, even though I actually made a point of really following the pattern for this. I was predicting it would be a cape, and it's not quite a cape, but I don't really know how I'm going to be wearing this. I do have a couple of plain black t-shirts, so this might look quite nice on top of those. Yeah, I think that what I'm taking from this is I'm glad that I'm doing this, because I would have put this off forever, I think. But yeah, I'm going to finish this later. But for now, I'm going to go and have a shower and do some cleaning, and then do another half hour on this. So second half hour's up. I've done an hour of this now, and I've done a border all the way around, as she recommended, and this is where I think I'm going to part ways with the pattern, just because I don't think having the little bobbles is really going to work very well for me with this. I think it's looking better on a black t-shirt. I need to do some kind of fastening. I just feel a little bit I just regret choices. I regret using this wool, which I thought would be really good for it, because it's like a mixture of acrylic and cotton, so it's got structure, but it also molds nicely, it's not sticking up like wings. I thought the colours would be cool, maybe a slightly kind of Frida Kahlo-esque element, but yeah, it's just not completely coming together the way I wanted it to. I might do one more line of double crochet around here just to try and smooth that out a bit. I'm going to do a little fastening for it and chuck it in the wash and see if that improves it at all. Oh hey. I'm so much happier with how this is working out now. I've done the little tie for it. I think it's more what I was picturing. It's a bit more graphic. I don't know what it is about just doing that extra band that's kind of pulled into shape. I'm even okay with the way that these are kind of turning into hearts rather than triangles. I kind of really love that. I did show it to my partner, and he was like, oh, it's a scarf. And it's yeah, okay, it's kind of more a scarf than a collar. But I really like it. I think I'm going to actually wear it today. I do need to still wash it and press it and everything. But so that took me about an hour and a half overall. And I was looking at my projects, and there are a few projects I was immediately skipping over. And I was like, today's about those projects, which I don't really want to do. So next one is this. So originally I was thinking this is a really not particularly nice yellow wool. It looks lovely on camera, but it's not nice in real life. that I was going to add a sleeves to a gilet thing of mine, but then I just decided I could not be bothered to dig out round, like circular needles that I would have needed, or deconstruct the little vest type thing I was going to add the sleeves to. So I'm just turning it into a blanket for my vet. It's just got ends. And because it's got ends, I've been ignoring it, and I should actually finish the ends. And then if I finish it, which should hopefully only take about 5 minutes, even though I've been avoiding it for like 5 days, I can dump it in the same wash with this and this. I was originally disappointed in how this one worked out. It was going to be a skirt, and then it was going to be a vest, and then I realised that I had just done the sides without any shaping, so it was just like really, really overly boxy. I hadn't done enough shaping around the neck, so that was sticking out. It was just not a good time. It's not going to work as a vest, and I am also worried about too much pulling on it. I don't know how solidly it's constructed. I think with this one, I was thinking, could I turn it into a bag? But then I was like, I have this big cushion, which is the earth. It's massively, these dark patches are glue, I think, where it's sewed on. The outline's still good, although I think it's missing New Zealand. I don't want to get rid of this cushion cover completely, because I might try and embroider it and maybe even add New Zealand onto it, and a few other countries, and just deal with this. But the cushion inside it is still good. So what if I think I'm going to do that. I think what I'm going to do is, because I need to think about an opening and a closing for it as well, I think I'm going to unpick here at the sides. I'm going to take these off, these little bits here. I'm going to unpick one of the sides. I'm going to fold it over slightly, and I'm going to make a flap here with some ties, because I definitely want to be able to get the cushion out again in the future if I ever rehabilitate this cushion cover. Collar's taken an hour and a half. I think I want some easier things to do in the next half hour or so, because it's nearly lunch and I'm quite low energy. So I'm going to finish off the ends of this, and I'm going to deconstruct this and start turning it into a cushion cover. I'm going to have 2 hours after that. I have a few projects which I don't think I'm going to finish in that time, but I've reached a bit of an awkward point with them where I'm like, I'm just not loving this, so I'm kind of ignoring it. And today might be a good day to just break the back of them. Halfway through, I'm thinking of calling this video just how I just cleared my deck of projects that are making me miserable, because these projects are not fun. Part of me is thinking, am I getting enough of a boost from this exercise? Like, should I have chosen something that was a bit more fun to work on? But at the same time, it was really, really good to get the collar done, and I felt really good. It's nice to have the blanket done because my dog has a vet appointment this week, so I can drop the blanket off then. So I'm going to keep pushing through, but yeah, energy is slipping slightly at this point. Let's see where we are. So this is done. I actually wore it out on my dog's walk. I'm sure she appreciated it. Blanket is done, woven in the ends. It is quite soft, and part of me is like, should I? But yeah, no, it's just going to sit and gather dust somewhere, and some little dog or big cat is really going to appreciate this. So those are done, ready to be washed. I have deconstructed the scrap yarn vest, and I am now reassembling it. I'm still planning to do the cushion thing, although I think it's going to take a bit longer than half an hour. I don't know why I thought I was going to do this in half an hour. I mean, I do know why I thought I was going to do it in half an hour. ADHD. But yeah, this is definitely going to take longer than half an hour. I have a phone call with my friend later, which this would be quite a good project for, because I can just sit there and, you know, it's just half crochet, so I can just keep going through that. So I might finish attaching the two panels to each other, and then maybe leave the rest of it until my phone call with her and move on to a different project. If we say that I'm going to spend another hour on the pillowcase when I'm in the call with my friend, I've got an hour left. There's a few different projects that I could work on. So one of them, and this is like, I just need to move on. I do need to move on, but I cannot. So I'm going to keep going. It's this guy. So basically it was meant to be a shirt. It's kind of just a cardigan. I'm not really loving it. And I know that I just needed to add a placket on in order to have buttons that actually functioned. I'm not going to undo any of the white because it's all super attached. Like if I undo, and it's all woven in. So if I undo that, then I'm gonna have to take off every bit of white around the collar, and I don't want to do that. And I also don't have much of this wool left. What I'm thinking I might do is cast on to do a kind of a plain band in this kind of double crochet type thing here, and then a band on the other side with buttonholes, to see if I can make this a little bit more like the shirt it was supposed to be. It's also the kind of project that theoretically I can take into a call with my friend as well and just be working away on it while we're chatting. So yeah, and then I will do an update tomorrow with how far I got with turning this into a cushion and reclaiming this to something I actually want to wear. Before was not doing my last update for the day, but I was working away on this cardigan and I was watching the video that Cactus Lady Creation put up for Earth Day. I'll link it down below. And in it, there was like lots of cool inspiration for different projects you can do. And she featured one of the projects that she's done a tutorial for. And I definitely recommend her tutorials. They're really great. I realised maybe this isn't a cushion cover. Maybe this is a rug. I think it is. I have actually made a scrap yarn rug before, so I don't know why it didn't occur to me to do this, but this is like, it's all the colours of my house anyway. I can put a border on it, which will be really, really simple and easy. I think it's a rug. And just like that, my mood's improved again. Okay, cool. That might also mean I'm going to carry on working on this cardigan for now, and then I am going to do the border on the rug, but it might even mean that I have a bit more time to work on another project today, if I have time. You may remember this jumper that I'm working on. It's in every single video I've ever made, pretty much. And I'm getting to a point with, I'm doing the front, and I promised myself I was going to do the front before we moved house. I think I'm at the point where I need to start shaping, but I've been putting it off, and every time I go to work on this, I'm like, oh God, but I don't want to look at the pattern, and I don't want to work out like where I need to shape, and I think I need to actually pull back a few rows, just because I think I was meant to start shaping here. So this does very much fit with the theme of the day of projects that I have been avoiding and that have been making me slightly miserable. And so I might spend a bit of time today as well, just working out where I'm at with this and starting the shaping for the arms. Update on how my challenge went. So as you can see, the fact that I took a few minutes of the challenge just to work out where I was with this jumper meant that I got to a point where I actually just dashed through and finished it, which is amazing because for a start I realised it's not a jumper, it's so much better as a vest. I decided not to do the sleeves, I just turned it into a little vest. It has not been blocked yet, but I'm just loving it. And yeah, I actually feel like because it's quite tight, it was a good call not to do the sleeves, especially in that colour as well. And now I can wear it with just plain simple shirts, but I also have an extended plan for this, which may or may not come to fruition. So I finished this, which is such a random bonus thing that I did not expect to. Like I was thinking I wouldn't finish this before the move. And now because I did the challenge of projects I've been avoiding or projects that make me miserable, I suddenly have an extra little knitted vest and it's still cold enough for me to wear it. Also washed this. This is not how I've been wearing it, but I do like having it on. And I've worn it a few times on video calls at work, and I've had compliments, which my knits don't always get. Like I've worn this in calls and have not had anyone comment on it, but people have been noticing this. Mainly it's been cool jumper, and then I'm like, actually it's a collar and I made it myself. And they're like, of course you did. But yeah, it's been nice. Blanket was already done. That's washed. That's ready to go. Rug is finished. So I'm thinking it's going to be at the foot of our bed. In the new place, there's this weird little kind of landing space, which it might also suit. So yeah, super happy to have got that done. And finally, the hexagon cardigan that I was trying to make less cardigan-like. So this is finished as well. I like it more than I did like it. It's still not quite what I was hoping for. Part of me is wondering, should I actually carry it? No. This cardigan needs to be finished now. This is it. This is how it's looking. I can imagine, especially if I gain weight, I think I'll feel like I fill this out more and it feels like a nicer option for me. Yeah, at the minute it still feels quite loose. I'm going to give it a year in my wardrobe. And after a year, if I've not been wearing it and it's gone through all the seasons and still not find a way that I enjoy it and get the most from it, then I'm not even gonna offer it to any of my friends and family because I feel like they're just gonna feel like they have to take it because I've offered it. I'm just gonna donate it, I think, if I don't get anywhere out of it. But I like it more than I did. I feel like I've got a much better chance of wearing it now. And yeah, that project, like the whole challenge was just really, really good. I feel like it's really interesting watching the footage I shot from the challenge back, because you really see just like the peaks and the troughs of my moods. Part of the reason I wanted to start making videos beyond just talking about stuff I'm crafting was also to kind of understand more about my own neurodiversity and some of the mood issues I struggle with, and absolutely filming throughout the day and seeing how low my mood got at one point where I just wasn't enjoying the stuff I was doing, and then the high of suddenly started getting re-inspired and enjoying it again. It was interesting. I've been inside myself while that's happening, obviously, but I've not seen that play out before. And I feel like I understand a bit more about why some people find that side of me like really like refreshing and candid and really enjoy that part of me. But I also do see why some people find it kind of like a bit stressful when I get like that, and I guess they feel like they don't know what's going to happen next or what's going on with my mood. So yeah, interesting way to get projects done. Like I definitely would do something like that again, of just like have a day themed around it, but I think I would also build in a lot more kind of mood boosting stuff during the day, because just doing projects I was not enjoying was not great. Yeah, I think it's made me more aware of needing to just give myself a break, you know, like yeah, I can push through stuff, but maybe I just shouldn't have to, you know, like maybe I shouldn't just push myself to do stuff when I can literally see on camera how low I was getting just by doing it, even though individually I like all of the projects. That's it from me. Hopefully it was interesting for you. Maybe you'll try something like it yourself. I don't know. But yeah, like, subscribe, just do whatever you want. Bye.